The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray, feeling good, Lewis. We're going to start out with three charts. The first one is the Nikkei weekly. As you can see, it's a weekly chart making a three drive to a top pattern. A couple weeks ago, it's backed off a little bit from that level. And then you can also see the FTSE. We're making a 78% retracement in that. And then if you look at the DAX, it's much weaker. You can see here the highs are much lower and the lows are much lower. So the DAX is the weaker of the two. Now, one of the things that happens to these markets, folks, is when they fail badly. I mean, and I was watching this as best I could, but this is a pattern that we had here on an hourly chart. We also had one on the daily, but this is the NASDAQ. And there we were at 14,200. Well, actually 14,300 is where the actual number came in, and it looked like it was going to work. It worked for almost $2,000 to start off with. But the best laid plans of men sometimes fail, and you can see what happened today when the news, whatever it was, took off. Once we went above that high at 14,319. That told us that this thing was off to the races, was going to go up a whole lot more. So that, in my opinion, that is a failed pattern because it was so perfectly symmetrical, and you can't ask any more than that to see if it's going to work or not. So that's the main thing of looking at it. Now, if we take a look at that on a daily basis, you'll see the same thing happening. We had time and price, and everything was set up perfectly, but we exploded through it. You know, I think we're going to get pretty close to 14,400 would be my guess if it hasn't hit it already. Not quite sure. I have stopped to look at it. Now, when that happens, what I do is I look to see what might be going on in the other markets. So this was in the middle of the night not middle of the night for me, early morning for you. If you'll take a look at this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and we were trading around 33,700, and it looked like we were going to go up and make a 61% retracement at the level of 34,090. Well, the high today, I believe, in the Dow Jones E-Mini is 34,078, as I recall. So that did exactly what it was supposed to do, and I did the same thing to take and look at the Russell to see what the Russell would do if it completed these patterns on the upside, because there you go, 14,401 in the very good. It did hit it. Thank you very much, Bo. There is the number we were looking at in the 786 retracement in the Russell, and I believe we got to 23,016 in the Russell. I'm not sure what the high that was, but it should have got to right around 23,000. 2319, I think, was what's the high in Russell today? Someone copy that for me and let me know. By the way, tomorrow, don't miss tomorrow's show, folks, if you can, because we're going to have Tommy Hugard on. If you remember, he was on here 3 weeks ago, and he said he was looking for the mark at the top on June 27th, and he's coming on tomorrow to talk to us about that 72-week cycle that's there. So it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say. But he said that it was going up until the 22nd or until the 27th of June. So that means he's not going to happen on Sunday. So it's either going to be happening on Friday or Monday. Would in fact be my guess. Now we also need to give a big sound of one hand clapping to our good princess in the room, Maria. She talked to us yesterday about the crude oil, talking about the support at 72.33. The low is 72.31. You can't make this up, boys and girls. That's a perfect A, B equals C, D, as Mr. Mark Douglas would say, and also it's an A, B, C, D in the eyes of the fractal analysis master, Benoit Mandelbrot. So that's all it is. It's AB equals CD. 23.16 has been the high, and I was looking for 23.19. That's pretty high. That's pretty close. So we'll watch these as they unfold here today. So those are the few things. Now, the one other thing that is very important is we're fortunate enough to be in those bonds the other day when they took off, another ABCD pattern, of course. And what we're doing today is we covered those bonds today for a $3,000 profit. We took a loss on the NASDAQ of $600, and we took a loss in corn of $100, and it went 7 cents lower, or 8 cents lower, and then turned around and rallied 18 cents. So the timing was off just by a little bit. Loss was very small, but that's nothing you can do about that. So anyway, that's what we're paying attention to here this morning. So that's what we're watching here. We're waiting to find a buying opportunity in gold here. It should be bottoming here in the next 20 minutes on a short-term basis, down around 1776. If the trading gods are correct today, who knows? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But we'll be watching that one also closely. Let's take a quick look here at the bit, and then I will get on with Apple. Okay, here's what's happened to Bitcoin. Let me get this up here, folks. We broke down below that coveted level of 30,000, and then we snapped back. But the snapback hasn't been very much. That's an important thing. If it's really going to go, it's going to go really, really fast. If this was a bottom, I would have thought that it would be up close to 37,500. I'm not sure if this is the bottom or not. If we get above 38,000, then I would say, oops, this thing is getting ready to go. I'm not involved in it. I'm just looking at it. I'd look at several other. By the way, John Jameson will be doing a full day with me on the 29th of June. So we want to remind ourselves of that. John Jameson will be doing a full hour of cryptocurrencies. You can ask him all the questions you want. He's got a little presentation for you for what this stuff means. I think you'll enjoy it because he really knows how to explain it, and we'll be able to. 2626 in the Russell. I was looking for 2619. Thank you so much, Bill. Appreciate that. All right, remember 29th. Tomorrow is Tom Hugard, and then on the 29th we're going to have John Jameson as our guest to talk about cryptocurrencies. See, I covered that. Oh, okay, now we're going to have a little bit of a little fun here. We're going to get back to the cryptocurrencies, folks. Here. So here is the three drive pattern when the Bitcoin hit 65,000. If you remember that, okay. All right, except for one thing, folks. That's not Bitcoin. I just want to show you the pattern because it's a biggie. Here it is. This is the softie itself. This is Microsoft. This is a long-term daily. The weekly shows the same thing. A big three drive to a top up here, somewhere in the 266 to 272 level, if that's going to be the case. We see a lot of these that are doing it. Apple has finally broken out once we went above 32.54. As you recall, we expected the Apple to keep going. And let's see if Apple, let's just double check. I haven't looked at it yet today, but we'll just bring it up. Please tell me what today's high in Apple has been. Is it 135.59? I would like to know if that is the high of Apple today. Could someone give me a pretty good, $2 trillion companies. I think that's the fourth or fifth one. It's 134.64, so it's quite a bit under that. So, hey, let's take a break. 877-927-6648.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500-plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, we're back, folks. The lines are filled right now, but if you want to try to call in, wait a little bit because the board's lit up like a Christmas tree, Al told me. 877-927-6648. Let's talk just a little bit about what happens when you have 2 or 3 losses in a row. We just had a $100 loss in the crude oil, and we also had a loss in the a $600 loss in the NASDAQ, but, we had a big profit, $3,000 in the bonds this week, so that makes it a profitable week. The question is, do you change anything differently, folks? You've got to look at each pattern and you've got to do it because it's a series of trades. You might have 7 or 8 in a row. You might have 2 or 3 in a row. I can remember when I was writing the book, the Private Thoughts of a Trader's Diary. We had Peggy McKay here. She was an attorney, and she wanted to see the trading live and doing everything. And Mark was here each day, and I had to do live trading. Every trade was documented and everything. And over those 22 trading days in that month that we traded, I had 19 winning days. I had a streak of 16 straight winning days. And on the 17th day, it was early in the morning, and Peggy had just got there and I had the 4 trades that I wanted to do were just lined up absolutely perfectly, a la the NASDAQ that we're looking at now. And it wasn't the NASDAQ. I had a bond trade. I don't remember exactly what they were, but they were just absolutely perfect. And I was showing Mark how excited I was. I said, "Look at these, Mark." I said, "This is a layup." I said, "This is a layup." I said, "You can't pop." And he taps me on the shoulder and he said, "Well, your streak ends today." And I turned around, and what I called him, I don't think his mother would appreciate it. It started with an S and it ended in a B. And I said, "Why in the world would you do that to me?" He said, "Larry," he said, "I'm not doing it to you. You're doing it to yourself. You're getting emotionally tied up to these trades." And I'm just telling you like it is. He said, I don't know a lot, but I do know something. And by golly, I was 0 for 4 that day. That's my worst day of the month, and it was 0 for 4. And I always remember that. So always try not to get emotionally attached to these darn things, because when you do, ooh, brother, that's when you get into trouble, and you don't want to get into trouble. So remember to do that. That's like yesterday that I can remember that. Okay, now if you're trading in a situation where you're losing constantly, you're doing something wrong. So you either cut your trading back to micro, mini, or just paper trade for a while till you find out what the problem is. And it could be your methodology, it could be your mindset. It could be a lot of different things, but you got to try to find out what that is, because ordinarily you're going to have, in a 5-day run, you're going to have 3 good days, a break-even day, and a losing day. That's on average is what you're looking at. So if someone tells you that they win every day, yeah, there's probably a few people out there like that, but I haven't met very many of them. So those are a couple of things that I think you should keep in mind as you're remembering these things. The other thing is we're going to start seeing volatility increase, folks, like it's never increased before. I don't know whether anything's going to happen in the market here at top or bottom. I don't really care. All I know is that the volatility is going to increase even more than it already has. I mean, we're having 20, 30, 40-cent swings in corn. When I first started trading corn, folks, the weekly range in corn was 4 cents back in the 1960s. So, it was rather quiet, to say the least. So just get prepared for it. We've been saying it for a long time. Regarding the gold and the silver, I think, are trying to find some type of a bottom in here. There is a possibility that we could see a break in silver all the way down to the 22-cent level, but I don't believe that could happen. But let's just take a look at it here on the long-term basis. And the reason why I say that here, you'll see here that at 20, well, it's actually 23 cents. It's going to be a 382 retracement, and it's also going to be a perfect ABCD. Now we're trading at basically 26. That's $3 in silver. Is silver going to get down there? I don't know, but it could. It's done it before. So, but that's going to be the key. There's nothing bearish about this long-term weekly silver market, folks. I mean, it's it's had a heck of a run. We went from $12 all the way up to 30. Then we backed off to the 382 at 22. Went up, made a double top, slightly higher high, and now it looks like we're churning around here to see if it's going to hold it. So that's one of the reasons why I don't trade the weekly charts, is because the risk involved in that is a little too much. So what I do is I go down to the smaller time frame, which is the daily, and this is what we've had here so far this week, is that the silver stopped right at the 61% retracement down there at that 25.70, and we had a nice rally up to 26 and change. So it's trying to make some type of a bottom in here, but whether it's going to make it or not, no one knows the answer to that. So what you have to do is to plan where you think you're going to enter and how much you're going to have to risk. That corn trade, to me, is I'll take that corn trade all day long. We bought it at 28. It rallied up to 35. And I said, put your stop at 2 cents under, which is $100, and it went through hit 26, went all the way down to 519, and from 519 it rallied up to 531, 532 area. So that just shows you the market was very, very oversold. Now, how do I handle this? Well, what I'm going to assume now is that low that we had at 28 failed, but then that was nothing more than a trap. So what I have to do is I have to wait for an ABCD buy on that half-hour chart in the December gold. Then I'll have a pretty good idea where my risk factor is going to be, and I'll be able to run that the way we look at it right here. Does anybody have any questions? 877, Al said there's one line open, 877-927-664. I don't understand why you people don't try to help me here a little bit, because, I'm doing this for free every day, trying to give you some good information, but on days, sometimes I just need help. So ask some questions, for heaven's sakes. This is, just like me. Give me on natural gas. Tucker, I can tell you natural gas, I have plenty of it. The hogs are finished, folks. There'll never be another up day in hogs. We already know that. So the Russell is right at that number, so we're going to find out whether it's going to be any good or not, because this is what we're watching, so let's pay close attention to it. Okay, let's. Someone asked a question about the natural gas. We haven't looked at that for a while. We've been very bullish on that for quite some time. So let me get it up here, and we will. Doesn't take me very long, and here it is. Get the daily. It's breaking out. Good. This is great. Yeah, this has been a really bullish one, that's for sure. There we go. All right. Okay, here we go. There's the natural gas. Let's get this up here. And there we go. Okay, there's what we are. That's what we're looking at in the natural gas. We've broken out. We had the double top. We backed off. You see, we made the double top of 36, then we backed off to 315. That was a 38% retracement from the low way back in May. That took 5 days down, and boom. Go back to the last correction back in May, 5 days down, and zoom. So the profit objective on this we'll show you very easily because it sets up quite nicely with the, if you like, Mandelbrot and ABCD. That'll take you right up to the old area of 360, and we'll get that up here to take a look at it.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Tom O'Brien has just published his 1000th Gold Report. It's amazing to think that Tom has been writing his weekly Gold Report for almost 20 years. To celebrate the 1000th issue of Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, we've just launched a Tiger Dollar sale which runs for 2 weeks only through July 4th weekend. We've doubled all the Tiger Dollar bonuses where you can now get up to a 40% bonus on your purchase. But that's not all. Inflation is here and the price of the Gold Report is going up after July 4th. Right now, you can lock in the Gold Report at the current pricing of $97 a month for as long as you remain a subscriber. This deal won't come around again. Get your Tiger Dollars today and apply them to the Gold Report before the price goes up on July 5th. Tiger Dollars never expire and are good for any TFNN newsletter or service as a great way to add savings. Head on over to the front page of TFNN.com for all the details and help us celebrate Tom O'Brien's 1000th Gold Report.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we've got a caller from one of my favorite cities in the whole world, Nashville, Tennessee. Jerry, are you there?
Yes, sir, I sure am. I'm a big fan of yours, Larry.
Well, I'm a big fan of you, too. You're Jerry Reed, right?
No, sir.
No, go ahead, my friend. I always liked him
I
anyway.
want to ask you a couple questions. One on the miners, on the gold miners.
Yes.
I know you're thinking that gold's bottomed out and might, start going back up. What do you think
Yes.
about the miners? You think they're going to follow up with them? Or?
Well, they usually do. Yeah, but that's like trading molasses because it's very slow. Even when gold goes nuts, the miners are still, they're always out there hedging or doing something. So it's just not it's not a lot of fun thing to trade. Gold itself is, but the miners are just it's a totally different ball game, and it's a stock, and you don't get the leverage or the liquidity that you like to see. So that's the main thing. But long term, I like gold and silver. I always have. All the stuff that's going on in the world. I mean, you've got to have something that you can believe in. And believe me, I'm one of those people that believe in gold. So I stick with it. It's been good to me, so I have no complaints.
It's easier to make money off of futures if you know what you're doing in stocks, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. It is. It is. I've just been lucky. I'll tell the story when you've got a minute here, because you called in 1974 when we were looking at I was just happened to be driving the van. We were looking at the Reverend Redfield collection up in Carson City, and they had decided to buy it. And so I was up there helping to move the stuff around and stuff. And for my payment of the thing, Leroy gave me 5 rolls of the uncirculated Carson City coins that were there. Each one of them had 20 in a roll. So and these were, I knew they were very nice coins. The problem was, Jerry, I just had to pick out of the bags which one it was, because Redfield had everything. I mean, he had everything that you could possibly ask for, especially from Carson City. And so I picked up 5 rolls, and I tossed them into the safety deposit box. And I swear I haven't looked at them for 25, more than that. Probably 35 years, probably. Anyway, Leroy died a couple of months ago, and so I went over there to look what was in it, and gee whiz, that was the best payday I ever had in my whole life. One of those little rolls, Jerry, I couldn't believe each coin was worth $13,000. Each coin. That's how rare they were. So I was lucky. I just got lucky. So. Unfortunately, I sold them all, went to the racetrack, and lost most of the money, but I'm back in game again. What can I do for you on the next thing you'd like to ask, my friend?
On Microsoft.
About Microsoft,
would you be selling calls or buying them?
No, I wouldn't be buying calls here. This is a 3-drive pattern. If you look at and we will look at this down the road a month or so when all the ubulance gets out of the market, you're going to be able to see that this is probably some type of, is it the top? I don't know, but it's going to be a top. But like I showed in the NASDAQ, when these things fail, whoa, look out. You've got to be, but this isn't acting like it's failing. This is just a normal transition from a company that's worth $1.9 billion or trillion to $1 trillion. And it's in the news, which it should be. And of course, Mr. Gates has just lost one of his benefactors over there with Mr. Buffett. So I don't know. Of course, Gates hasn't been involved with Microsoft for years, so it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. But that's what it looks like to me. I wouldn't own that stock.
Not right now. Okay. I'm heavy in gold miners right now, so I'm wanting to get into futures, so I got to take the course. And that's why I was asking you about the futures and stuff, the gold.
Learn about the futures markets. They're real easy. You're basically trading. You can trade either a 100-ounce contract or a 33-ounce contract. There's tremendous liquidity. You put up about 4% leverage. So this is great. When you do the miners, you got to put up 50% leverage. So, and the commissions are virtually non-existent. They're so cheap. So. I think you would like it. It's much easier, and they trade 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So that's a pretty good deal to trade the futures. And they do give you volatility. That's for sure.
Well, I sure appreciate your time, and I listen to you every day.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Course so I can get into the futures.
Well, give me a call, Larry Pesavento at gmail.com. I'll see if I can help you. If you run into Jennifer O'Neill down there, tell her I said hello. She lives down there, and I was a big fan of hers. Those of you that don't remember, she was the fashion model back when Hector was a pup. Hey, thanks for joining us, Jerry. I really appreciate it. Hey, where do you live? Do you live near Franklin, or are you right in Nashville itself?
Well, my boy lives in Franklin. I live out in McEwen, so it's a pretty good haul from Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
It's west of Dixon. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Franklin is the Beverly Hills of Tennessee. That is one nice place, that's for sure.
Yeah, I live out near Loretta Lynn. So.
Thanks a lot, my friend, for calling
you, Larry.
in. I appreciate it. You bet. Okay, folks. I don't know how he got through. Honest to goodness, the lights were lit up on the board like never before. Tomorrow we have Tom Hugard as our guest. I know there's not going to be too many people that want to miss that because he talked about this 72-week cycle that is going on in the markets. And believe it or not, folks, that's today. Tomorrow is the 25th, and he was looking at the 27th of June, I believe, on a weekly. So we're in the week of that cycle topping, and the market may or may not be topping, but it's doing something, so we had to pay close attention to it. Let me quickly check here the Dow Jones E-Mini because we had not made the 61% retracement as of yet. This morning we were just a little away from it. I don't know whether we've got there or not. No, we're not even close in that. That's missed it by about 30 points. It hasn't really done very much, so that's not too much going on. The others, we have new highs in the NASDAQ, new highs in the S&P, and there's absolutely no reason in the world to be bullish or bearish today. I was bearish yesterday with the NASDAQ, but unfortunately, you had to call uncle sometime. And what's really frustrating, folks, is you're sitting there with about a $1,500 to $1,800 profit, and you're looking good and feeling good, and everything's really great. And then bada bing, bada boom, a half hour later, somebody comes out with some type of announcement, and away they go. So that's the way it is. Some days it's chicken salad, and some days it's chicken poop. You got to be careful. You don't want to get that on you. 877-927-6648. Someone's asked a question about one of our favorite things, which is Tesla. Let's get this up here a little bit because that stock took off like a scalded goose. Let me get this up here, and it is still going up. Let's get this thing moving here. Holy moly, guacamole. Yep, boy, it is still running today. Holy cow. Let's just get this here. Well, we made the 61% retracement from the, hold on, take me a second, folks, to get this up here, and then we'll take a look at it here. Okay, what we're doing right now with Tesla, and we've got two major gaps. We had one yesterday and another big one today. That's a huge move here, and we're setting at the 60, above the 61. This thing looks higher too, so can't stand in front of it.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, I switched gears here, and we're going on to a 60-minute chart on the euro versus the U.S. dollar. You can see the bottom that we made down here on the 21st, 4 days ago. We basically gone nowhere. We made a 38% retracement with an ABCD up there at the 119.70 level. We now backed off a little bit. This is highly suggestive that we're going down to that 118.95 level, which would be the first Gartley buy pattern that we've had in this in quite some time. What I'll do here is I'll blow this up, and we'll take a look at it just a little bit closer so you'll be able to see that pattern, and then you'll be able to see whether you want to do anything with it or not. So let's get this up here like that, and then we'll be getting ready to go here. Bada bing, bada boom, and there we are. You can see what's happened with that. So that's the main thing we're watching here in the euro. The dollar index is, of course, the opposite of this, and, of course, everybody's talking about the strength in the dollar. And, of course, it has had some good strength because the euro's backed off quite a bit. And those are main things. And my computer is acting up very badly. And so I've got to be able to figure out what I did wrong here. Okay, 877-927-6648 if you have any questions. One other question just popped up, and we'll just go to what Jerry asked about since someone just asked about it, and that is the gold miners. Just give me a second here. And there's the gold miners. We'll get this up here for Jerry. I like Jerry Reed. He was a good friend of Burt Reynolds, and I met Jerry Reed in Beverly Hills a couple times. He used to like to hang out at the Hamburger Hamlet. If we look at the, this is actually not a bad-looking chart, Jerry, if you're still listening. This is, we're right around the 61% retracement, and we've been here for 5 days. A lot of support here at 34.50, so that's a good sign here. And if you look at it really closely across the bottom, you're going to see a very, very nice symmetrical, and I believe it's symmetrical, and shut the front door and raise a rent. It's a head and shoulders pattern. So this has got you multiple indications that this looks pretty good. Look at this. You got it from the low back in December, the low back in March, and where we are right now. That's a very, very close to a perfect head and shoulders pattern. And you've had a nice sell-off right at roughly at the 61% 5 days ago, and you stayed here. The problem is the market's been going straight up for 5 days. Well, gold hasn't, so that would affect it somewhat. But it doesn't follow the market sometimes. It just follows along with what it's doing. We look at this on a long-term weekly basis. You'll see here, just get this one more thing that we're waiting to see here because it still looks pretty good. Let me get this on the weekly. You'll be able to see that we're right at this support here, right where we are. This is we're right at the 61% retracement. We're down 5 weeks, so that's about all you're going to get. And with 5 days the way it is, a lot of support at 34, and anything below 33.48 would tell me that this is not working. So that's what your risk factor is on the gold miners index, if that's what you're looking at. Okay, we've got the market still strengthening here. We S&P trading at 1258 after a high of 52.60, and we're going to see probably where it's going to go straight up today, like it usually does on a Thursday. And we'll see how much market these go. But we do have a divergence. You know, the Russell has just made the 61% retracement. The Dow's not even close. It's still 100 points, 80 points away. And that may be what's holding the market up. But, you know, we've had such buying in here. And the open interest folks shut the front door and raise the rent. This is why I have a hard time. Let me see if I got that figure. I didn't save it. For the last 3 days, the open interest in the June has just been dropping. We had an open interest of 3.2 million last Friday, and here we're coming in on Thursday, and we've had 3 days, and we're down to 2.5 million. Come on, that's short covering, but you know the shorts can they can hang themselves out to dry a few more days. So that's the main thing to remind ourselves that when these things break, they really break, and they're not breaking today. So that's the main thing to be watching. Also, around the Bitcoin, I still think, you know, don't trade this stuff. I just look at it. It's on the news all the time, but to me, it's got a lot of support at 22,000. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like it could really be doing that. Okay, hold on. Mr. Z, that about the copper low, we knew that copper low was good, Mr. Z. I just didn't know, you know, where to buy it. Hold on 1 second. I'll get the copper up and you'll be able to see it here. Hold on a second. Where is the old copper? Here it is, right here. Oops, that's not copper. There we go. And we'll get up here. Oh, boy, it was right on the old money here, so it held pretty good. Hold on. It was right at the 786, Z, just like you talked about. Let's move it over a little bit here. And I got to move this over to the left just a tiny bit. Hold on here, just a second here. And a little, there we go. There we go. We're all ready to go now. And here is the copper where we were 4 days ago. We were setting right at the 78% retracement of the low from March 1st at 412. We rallied from 412 all the way up to 437. That's important because that is a 382 retracement of the last move. Right on the money, honey. So you got to pay very, very close attention to that because many times that's all you're going to get. Let me just give you a 10-minute tune-up of this. You can see, look at the rally that we had between the 24th of May and the 1st of June. Okay, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to clone that, and I'm going to bring it down to where we are right now. I'm just going to clone it so you can see, just to see how these markets are repeating over and over again. So when you look at this, you'll notice all I did was move that over, and that brings us right up to where we are. 436 is going to be some pretty stiff resistance in the copper because that's exactly what the other rally was. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tomorrow's the 6th day. So watch copper around the 436, 438 level. That's going to be interesting to watch. This is not Dr. Copper, folks. It hasn't been telegraphing what's happening in the stock market. That's for sure. So remind yourself that they don't always work, but when they do, and when they do, that's what you have to pay attention to. So watch a copper tomorrow at the 438 level, up 6 days. It'd be duplicating what it did between the 24th of May and the 1st of June. And like Jim Twentyman says, defy human nature, do the work yourself, and go and look. And you can do that. It's not too hard. Really, it isn't. All right, we have one other question. Let's take a look at Mr. Appel, who's down by the well. We want to check out Apple because that has been one of the things that we always watch just to see how the overall market's doing. It's had its bottom. Oh, shut the front door. Boy, folks, I got a problem. I got to switch over to my new computer, and I'm fighting it, tooth and nail, but I'll do my best here. Let's get the Apple up so we can see it. We went above the 61% retracement by quite a bit. Here, just a second. I've got to take out some of these numbers here, otherwise it will drive everybody crazy. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Where are you? Here they are. Just a second. There we go. All right, now we're ready to go. And here we get it. And here is Apple completing a bunch of numbers here. I still think we're probably, we didn't get much above the 618, did we? Boy, that's well, I don't know. It's not acting as bullish as I thought it would do, but that's neither here nor there. 877-927-6648.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Okay, we've got the stock market up sharply. Doesn't look like it wants to turn very much to the downside, but it's still early in the day with 3 more hours of trading to go on. Well, whether that turns or not, we'll have to wait and see. Regarding the euro, folks, that's one of the best things you can possibly trade. By the way, Hey, the Dow Jones is hitting the... we're very close. Pay attention here, boys and girls. Watch the Dow E-Mini here, folks, at 34,095. We're at 34,075 right now. So that is that's hitting the 61% retracement. That's that same chart. My limit minder is it's going off right now as we speak. I'll just get this up. This is what we were looking for as a potential forecast in here. So this may or may not mean anything, but this is what I try to look at. I'm looking at this ABCD pattern, which is a 3 drive over a 3-day period. It's sitting right at the 61% retracement there at 34,090. So, what I'll probably do is I'm going to sell it at 34,090 and risk 40 cents or 40 points, which is $200. Now, I got to follow the patterns. If it's ABCD, I'm going to give it a shot because I'll have Mr. Mandelbrot on my side. So let's pay attention to that. It's stopped beeping already, so maybe it's not going to go any higher than what it already did. Okay, let's move on here. We got a few more seconds here. Tomorrow we have Tommy Hugard on, and he's going to have a special PowerPoint for us. And he did this projection 3 weeks ago, so you've got to respect it, folks. You really do. You really, there's no other way to do it. Hold on, I'm going to try to get the live Dow Jones here for you, since we're doing this live with ABCD and Fibonacci. Well, it's going. That's what I like to see. Okay, good. And these are the boys that are watching their machines at home now. And let's take a quick look at it. And are we there yet? Yep, we're not quite there. We got 40.90, so we're very close. See you on the flip side tomorrow with Tommy Terrific. May God bless.